for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
Yo, what's good, Yanks Nation? Welcome back to the channel. This is where you get the real info first, straight from the source, no fluff. And today, I've got something cooking behind the scenes that could change the whole damn direction of our season. The MLB trade deadline is coming up faster than a Chapman fastball. And our guy Brian Cashman's phone is practically glued to his ear. The pressure is on, and all of us, from the bleacher creatures to the fans on the couch, know we need reinforcements. The infield has been a headache, a real roller coaster of instability that's been costing us ball games. And that's exactly what we're about to break down. My sources, people I talk to every single day, have confirmed to me that the Yankees aren't just kicking the tires on the market. They have a prime target, a name that's gaining serious steam in the hallways of Yankee Stadium. And that name is Ke'Bryan Hayes, the third baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, hold up for a second, because I need you to understand the details here. This isn't about some slugger who's going to come in and compete with Aaron Judge for the home run crown. This is a different story, a strategic one. This is about building a championship team, and championships are won with defense. Ke'Bryan Hayes is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best glove at third base in all of Major League Baseball. That ain't just me talking, that's the numbers. He didn't win that Gold Glove in 2023 by accident. We're talking about a player with insane range, cat-like reflexes, and an absolute cannon for an arm that turns would-be doubles into routine outs. In a game of inches where every single out matters, especially in October, having a guy like Hayes at the hot corner is a game changer. He completely changes the geometry of the field for our pitchers. Just imagine our arms, who are already filthy, working with the confidence that any ball hit in their direction has a sky-high probability of becoming an out. That saves pitchers, it prevents big innings, and at the end of the day, it wins ball games. Let's get down to the facts. Oswaldo Cabrera's injury was a gut punch. He was playing his heart out, but his long-term absence left a crater at third. DJ LeMahieu, while he's an elite pro, has been battling his own physical issues and hasn't been the consistent machine we know he can be. The result? A revolving door at the position that's given us none of the defensive stability a team like us, the Bronx Bombers, demands. Hayes would bring that stability and then some. He's in his 6th year in the league, all with the Pirates. And while his offensive line this season, a .238 average, a .284 on base, and a .293 slugging doesn't jump off the page, you gotta look past the obvious. He recently had a 12-game hitting streak, which shows there's something in that bat. But the real jewel is that leather. We're talking about a guy who consistently ranks at the top of the league in metrics like defensive runs saved, DRS, and outs above average, OAA. He doesn't just make the plays he's supposed to make. He makes the plays most third basemen can only dream about. And why would the Pirates even be willing to deal him? The answer is simple, and it's the classic small market script. Money and a rebuild. The Pirates are notoriously cheap. They've got a young electric pitching staff led by the phenoms Paul Skeens and Mitch Keller, but their offense is MIA. They're stuck in the basement of the NL Central, and they desperately need bats and high-end prospects to build around their young arms. That's where the pinstripes come in. Our farm system is loaded. We have young, impact offensive talent that will be centerpieces in Pittsburgh. The trade makes a world of sense for both sides. The Pirates get the hitting prospects they need to fast-track their rebuild, and we get the defensive anchor that could be the final piece to solidify our infield for a World Series run. What I'm hearing is that the talks are already underway. This isn't just speculation. There's real movement happening, and the Yanks are being aggressive. Brian Cashman knows the window to win is right now, and he's not about to sit on his hands and watch opportunities pass by. All right, let's dig deeper, because this potential Ke'Bryan Hayes trade is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this team's needs. Getting a Gold Glover for third base would be fantastic, a surgical move to fix one of our biggest defensive holes. But I'd be failing you if I didn't address the other elephants in the room. And the biggest one, no question, is on the mound. The news that Garrett Cole and Clark Schmidt are done for the season to get Tommy John surgery was a punch to the gut for every single Yankees fan. Losing your ace and one of your most reliable starters in one fell swoop is a nightmare scenario. To make matters worse, Louis Gill, who was a revelation, is just starting his rehab assignment. This leaves our starting rotation dangerously thin. Right now, we're relying on Carlos Rodon and Nestor Cortes to carry a massive load, but they can't do it alone. We need, at a bare minimum, one more quality starting pitcher, maybe even two, if we want a real shot in the postseason. The trade market for arms is always expensive as hell, but that's the price of admission. The Yankees have the prospects to make an impact deal. Names like Spencer Jones, our top outfield prospect, or maybe a package including promising young arms from our system like Chase Hampton, could be the bait needed to land an elite arm from a selling team. The front office knows this. The search for a pitcher is happening on a parallel track to the Hayes talks. The question is, what's the priority? Where is Cashman going to push his most valuable chips to the center of the table? That's the million-dollar decision that's going to define our fate this October. And the worry list doesn't stop there. Our bullpen, which should be one of our greatest strengths, has been alarmingly shaky. We've had games where they've been lockdown dominant and others where they just couldn't hold a lead. Consistency has been a real problem. And let's be real, our performance in extra inning games has been flat out awful. We're missing that intimidating arm at the back end, a true closer, a guy who comes in for the ninth and the other team knows the game is over. A lights-out closer would do wonders for the whole team's confidence and take the pressure off our starters to be perfect for 7 or 8 innings. An elite bullpen shortens the game. With a rock-solid infield defense, courtesy of a guy like Hayes, and a dominant bullpen, the winning formula becomes crystal clear. Get a lead and lock it down from the 6th or 7th inning on. It's a proven blueprint for postseason success, and it's what the Yankees need to rebuild, and fast. So to wrap this whole situation up, the main target for our infield appears to be, in fact, Ke'Bryan Hayes from the Pirates. A trade that would solve our defensive problem at third with a premier Gold Glover. However, the dire needs in the starting rotation after the Cole and Schmidt injuries and the search for a closer to stabilize the bullpen are competing for attention and, more importantly, for our valuable prospects. The Yankees front office is at a strategic crossroads. And now I gotta hear from you, the true soul of this team, Yanks Nation. What would you do if you were in Brian Cashman's shoes? Is Ke'Bryan Hayes and his elite defense the missing piece to take us to the next level, even if his bat isn't a world beater? Or do you think the absolute 100% priority should be to spend whatever it takes to bring in a top-flight starting pitcher to fill the void left by Garrett Cole? Which move makes the biggest impact for a title run? Drop your opinions, your arguments down in the comments. I read them all. Let's chop it up because this passion is what drives us. And don't forget, if you want to keep getting these deep dive analyses and the hottest Yankees news first, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We don't wait for the news here, we go get it. Stay locked in.